you already know, man, it's your boy here, just one from the league, man. We got my man Jordan here, ready to sit here and break down a couple of a lot of things, man. So go ahead, Brody, just you already know, man. What's going on, man? What's on your mind, man?
Shit, man, it's been a long time, man. A lot of things been happening in sports, um,
Yeah.
combat sports, boxing. So I'm gonna ask you this, man. What did you think of the Tank and Frank Martin fight?
Um, Masterclass by Tank. I feel that he he set up traps, he got him right, and he got Martin to feel comfortable doing what they told him not to do in his corner because Derrick James is like, stay away from the corner. And he was like, yeah, yeah, sure, sure. And then he kept trying to go to the corner, and then he called a master class. I feel like Frank Martin did good. He did better than most. Like he was moving, but me personally, what I saw from my eye test when I see the seventh round Tank saw it because when he hit Tank, boom, like when Tank would hit him, my fault, Tank would hit him, he would come back inside with the jab and move. That seventh round, Tank hit him to the body one time, and he just backed up like, oh nah, it's over. So when I seen that, I was like, yeah, he hurt him, but Frank Martin got too much heart. But I feel like it was a good fight. It was something good for the fans. Yeah, it's even Tank having that hiatus off. You know what I mean? I think it was good. He said he was rusty, but we'll see. We'll see what's next, man.
He said he was rusty, but he looked damn good for somebody that was rusty, huh?
That's what I said, man. What you think about that fight?
I think it was a good fight, man. I think Frank Martin fought a good fight. I think he fought pretty good. The only thing that I didn't understand was why he kept running to the corner, but I think he started feeling that power, and it was just too much for him, man. Like that power was getting him. Like he started off good, game plan was good. He was winning them rounds, but as you saw, if you was watching the live, Coach Calvin told Tank, "Hey, man, we need all of these," and it's like a switch just went off, and he got on him real quick, and he got him out of there. And it was seventh, eighth, and the eighth. He got him out of there in the eighth, man. And
Wow.
it was easy work, it was easy work. But I think Frank fought a great fight. Yeah, I think he fought a great fight. What do you think about Lomachenko ducking Tank?
So I don't know, because so now people are putting a text card saying that 4 years ago Tank was supposed to fight Loma and didn't happen. Now Loma's supposed to fight Tank. They're saying that Loma's old. They're saying that why Tank want to fight him now? He's old. All these things, but Loma I think is 34. Tank is 30, so it's not that much of a difference. But and then people are saying that Loma's not who he was, but Loma just had one of the highest punch percentage ratings versus Cambosis. When he fought Cambosis, nobody was saying he was old. They was like, oh yeah, he's good. He had one of the highest punch percentage ratings since they came for numbers. I think he landed like 47%, like one of the highest punch percentage rating versus an opponent. So I don't know about the ducking. I just feel like Noma probably wants another fight to then get there, me personally, but I don't know. I don't think it's ducking. But now they're rumoring him versus Shakur. I don't want to see that, me personally, but what do you think?
So I feel like when they try to talk about the whole Tank duck Loma 4 years ago, man, if you think 4 years ago, bro, that's when Loma fought Teofimo. And then he lost to Teofimo. He wanted to take time off to go fight in the war and this and that. How is that Tank ducking him? That's not him ducking him. Obviously, you see now they're trying to set up the fight. Now Loma's saying again, oh, I want to take time for my family, this and that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, so how was Tank ducking him back then? 4 years ago, Tank was under Mayweather Promotions. Mayweather, he was controlling all the Tank fights.
Yeah.
That as soon as Gervonta left Mayweather Promotions, that's when he got to fight Ryan.
Yeah.
He been wanted that fight. Floyd didn't want that fight. Just like I told you the other day. Floyd told Ryan, I don't think you should fight Devin. I don't think it makes sense. I don't think it's this and that. That was a big fight for Ryan. So I think Floyd was holding Tank back. in a way, because I think he was trying to give him easy fights, you know, so that he can build his stuff up or whatnot. You know, the Mayweather, you know, approach, you know.
I mean,
But
yeah.
as far as I don't.
I mean, yeah. So from a standpoint of it, as a promoter, I do feel like sometimes Floyd probably try to fluff up his record. Probably
Yeah.
not. But then again, they said the rumor was back in the day, Floyd wanted him to fight Pedraza. For Pedraza for the championship. They saying Tank didn't want to take that fight because he was still somewhat sort of green. But Floyd trusted him and was like, hey, I know you could beat this guy. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not in those circles. But yes, from what the outside looking in, it does seem like Floyd wants people to fight strategically. But once again, because he's a strategic fighter and he strategically knows when to fight people and not to fight people, they say that's Money Mayweather. That's Money Mayweather. But now, like even in the new clip that's out, he's like, everybody's chasing Money Mayweather. He said, I'm gonna show y'all Pretty Boy Floyd and let's fight from the outside. And he was hitting the pads from the outside. So I think he sees like, yo, I see what I'm doing to the game, or I see that a lot of people look up to me, but I want y'all to look up to this instead of that. But for the promotion side, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know personally, but yes, you are right. From things that have been shown as examples, he does kind of baby, as they say, fighters or hold back fighters. So I can see that.
And then also with the Tank and Shakur, I see that fight going Tank chasing Shakur around the ring.
Yeah.
I don't think Shakur gonna want to engage with Tank.
He's not going to. That's why I don't want to.
He's not gonna want to because he knows what's behind them gloves.
Yeah, I don't.
He knows what's behind it.
I would honestly, and it's the one of those things that had mad the internet is saying. Honestly, me personally, I know you from VA. He's from VA too. I would like to see him versus Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah, because Keyshawn gonna let them hands go.
Keyshawn is not scared to step in front of you. So I think that would be it's a good fight. Even though they're saying Keyshawn Davis is still kind of green. Yes, I understand that. He is still kind of green, but if he's
Frank
still
Martin was.
that's what I'm saying. If he's still kind of green, Frank Martin is in the same realm as Keyshawn Davis. So for them to be like, oh, well, he's just taking fluff fights, I think he should fight a Keyshawn Davis.
Who was Rolly Romero? Who was that?
Well, Rolly Romero was mandatory when they fought. So that
but who was that? I get that. Anybody, man, you know how many mandatories it is out here? You like, bro, who is this dude?
No,
like, or Rolly Romero. Come on, who was that? Like, Rolly, I mean, I feel like a lot of fighters like to use the who is he? Who he fight? And then you see them fight. Like, look at Canelo. Who is this nigga Canelo about to fight?
Belonga.
You know
Edgar Belonga. So Edgar Belonga is not bad. So the thing with Edgar Belonga,
they professional fighters, so they're not gonna be bad.
No, listen, I'm gonna get there because me and one of my homeboys, shout out to our man Weez, me and him talk. Edgar Belonga coming up the ranks was knocking everybody out at 168. His momentum stopped, so his stock dropped. So when they started putting him in front of other fighters that they said were, tough fighters, he wasn't knocking them out, but he was still winning. So they're like, bro, where did this power go? What's going on? So him versus Edgar Belonga versus Canelo, no one wants to see that, but I think it would be good because I think Canelo would like to put a fight on, and that's who he wants is someone to stand in front of him. As for him and the David Benavidez situation, I feel like
you don't want that smoke.
I just feel like at this point, I feel like Canelo, as a person, Canelo's like, what else do y'all want me to prove? I fought him, I did this, I did that. Now y'all want me to fight him. Now y'all want me
but you didn't do this and do that and do that. You didn't.
I mean, he's undisputed. So that's what happened. 1, 2. They wanted him to fight Triple G. Like he said, this is what he said. He said, y'all wanted me to fight Triple G, I fought him. I wanted me to fight Floyd, I fought him. Y'all wanted me to fight Sanders, the Sanders dude.
Yeah, you fought Triple G when he was on that shit. I mean, when you was on that shit with fucking steroids in your state. Come on now.
I'm not saying.
Was it the first one or it was the first one or the second one? I feel like Triple G won that fight. but they gave it to Canelo.
It was
The first one. Was it the first one?
The
Yeah.
first one was
The
very
third one, I feel like Canelo won. But I want to say, is that the one that he was on drugs?
Yeah.
I don't remember. He said, oh, the steroids was in the state, and bro, you had to eat a damn whole cow for that. If that's what it was.
Oh yeah, the state. But it's one of those things. Like I said, I do combat sports. But I have a question for you, Mr. Combat Sport Man. This is something that my old boy, I said, shout out to my BNB said. And I want you to really think about what I'm about to say, because he said this, and I was like, no, I don't know. And I've been asking certain people, and they're like, listen what I'm about to say. It's going on the internet, so they probably gonna sit there and beat me up. Tank Davis is bigger than Floyd Mayweather right now. Wait, hold on. This is what he said. I didn't say this, internet. I didn't say this. He said, because when Floyd Mayweather fought, people went to go see Floyd lose, right? People wanted to see Floyd lose. When Tank fights, what do we want to see from Tank? A knockout. So he said to him, he's like, Tank Davis is bigger and will be bigger than what Floyd Mayweather will ever be, because he's bringing in the same money, the same stars. He's filling up pay-per-views, and people are going to see his fights because they want to see a knockout. He said when Floyd was doing all that Showtime, that, people wanted to see Floyd lose. He was bringing in the venues and bringing in the stars because they wanted to see him lose because he was the bad guy. So now, do you agree with that or do you disagree with that?
I can agree, and you got to also add up there too. Floyd had that mouthpiece pause.
Yeah,
he knew how to talk. He knew how to talk shit, get in your face, throwing money in your face. He knew how to do that. Tank don't really do that. Tank talk shit, and then also, because of where he's from, his environment, the way he pronunciates certain things, but so he doesn't really talk. If he talks shit like that, I feel like he could be bigger than Floyd.
Okay. Yeah, that's
I feel like, but Floyd, and then if he gets the business right, like Floyd did.
No, he just signed a bigger deal than Floyd ever did with the Amazon deal. I think 6 fights. I forgot what the numbers are. 6 fights, something. It's a high number that he just
7
did.
fights, 200-something million.
Yeah, 7 or 6 fights.
Yeah, that's basketball player money, man. That's NBA money, man. But yeah, I can see that point. I can see that point for sure. People wanted to see him lose with Tank. People love Tank. People want to see Tank put a nigga to sleep.
That's what he said.
For sure.
I was like, I don't know.
But let's not get it twisted. The black community love Tank. The Mexicans do not like Tank. You know how that goes. So
I think he gets love from them. He gets some love.
He gets some love.
He gets love from them. And then on top of that, a lot of from the Eastside Cruz fight, a lot of the boxing non-casuals, and casuals now look at Eastside Cruz because Eastside Cruz is a dog. I mean, he's fighting. He has a dangerous fight coming up too. But he's a dog.
Well, like I told people, it was a while ago. I told my cousin Ned when we was talking when the fight got canceled with Rolly and his backup ended up being Cruz. I told her, I was like, "Hey man," she was like, "Who is this nigga?" Da 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 da. But I had been watching Cruz like before the Tank fight. Cruz was putting niggas out in under a minute.
Yeah,
easily. I'm talking about walking in there first 30 seconds. Boom, boom, boom. They called him the baby Mike Tyson.
Right.
And so I was like, hey man, like I think this fight harder for Tank. Like this is a harder fight for him than Rolly. And when you watch the fight, and I'm gonna actually watch that fight back tonight. When you watch the fight, you can see it was sometimes it was like, oh shit, even from the start, it was like, oh shit, hold on, So Eastside Cruz, he's like that now. However, we're not going to ignore the fact that Tank did break his hand in that fight.
Yeah.
And Tank I gotta watch it again, but from what I remember, Tank was outboxing him.
Yeah, that's what
I'm talking about, making him look crazy. He's swinging. Tank got one hand behind Cruz swinging. He going under him. Like, so
he's a master.
Yeah, man, I don't know. But you put Cruz against any of these other guys, I think Cruz gets him out of there.
Yeah, Cruz beat Rolly. That's another thing I was gonna ask you. Eastside Cruz versus Teofimo Lopez at 140.
Cruz get him out of there.
You think so?
Cruz getting him out of there. I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer in Tio, man.
I
Tio
don't.
do all that talking. We already had this conversation when it comes to me and Tio. I'm not a big believer in Tio, bro. Like Tio doesn't perform good. Tio got his hype off of them little Heisman knockout that he did, and then he beat Lomachenko.
Yeah.
But then right after that, you come back and you lose to Kambosos. Kambosos is ass.
No, and then,
Kambosos is
but he beat
ass.
Josh Taylor. He beat Josh Taylor at 140.
Kambosos is ass.
Like I said, I don't.
Any of them, I can name off all the motherfuckers that would beat Kambosos. Tank, he put that nigga to sleep under 6. You saw what Loma did to him. Pitbull putting that nigga to sleep. You saw what Haney did to him. You know what Ryan Garcia do to him. What Shakur would do to him. Jeez, bro, who, like, at this point, Kambosos could be a punching bag.
I mean,
so how you lost to him? You came back and you beat Josh Taylor. I don't feel like it was. Listen, man. I'm just not a T.O. fan. I'm not a T.O. fan. At one point, I did think that would be a good fight between him and Tank. He keep bringing up Tank like, oh, I guess I'm the only person left that can. You can't, bro. And if you wanted that bad, you would make it happen. You would make it happen, but you can't beat Tank.
Yeah. Oh man, I like who else? So, what I was gonna say, it was something else.
The only thing that's gonna beat Tank is a decision.
It's who?
That's the only thing that's gonna beat Tank, huh?
You said who?
A decision.
Oh, a decision. Yeah.
As in, if Tank gets started too late, because you know he has a slow start. If he gets started too late, and it's somebody that can just wing it out, you know, little jab, running around the ring, jab, you know, keeping them off of him. That's the only, you know, yeah. But motherfuckers know what Tank got.
So I have a question for you. I want you to be honest. Do you think Ryan Garcia really used PEDs? And do you think that the 1-year ban is enough?
The rate that Ryan been going, I don't even. At first, I didn't believe it, but now I'm like, I don't even know, bro. Okay. I don't, like I said, I do think Haney, his dad, and I think they're dirty, but I don't know, man.
You don't know. Okay, that's understandable. I like
because you know the racist comment Ryan just did. I don't really fuck with it, you know, like.
No, I just said
I don't fuck with it. Like, you know, it's just like, bro, you need help, and it's obvious you need help.
Yeah, he just did some other stuff. Did you hear about? I don't know if you watched it. I heard about it. So everybody was scared of Sabrina Matias at 140. Liam Powell beat him. And now, do you think Sabrina Matias was that boogeyman, or do you think Liam Powell just had a better night?
Nah, I mean, I think everybody, those certain fighters that are considered the boogeyman, any day, bro, it cannot be your day.
Understand?
At any day, bro, it cannot be your day. Who else was somebody that was considered the boogeyman and then they lost?
Hopkins and Tony Tartar.
I don't know, when it comes to that, I think more like UFC when it comes to the boogeyman, just in that boxing. It's only a few people that's like, you know, I feel like Isaac Cruz is the boogeyman.
He fights next. What do you so my question to you is, you being a combat sport guy, you Devin Haney's camp, his promoter, his manager. What is your next moves for Devin Haney going forward? He's taking a year off, obviously. So he comes back. Who do you think he should fight? Do you think he should take the Leaug Pyro fight? Do you think he should run it back with Ryan? Do you think he should just forget about that whole Ryan?
Nah, I don't think they want to run it back. I think forget about the Ryan thing. But I'm gonna tell you what I would do, but I'm gonna tell you what I think is gonna happen. What I think is gonna happen is they gonna be smart about it, as in they gonna give him like a little tune-up fight because they don't want to have him come fight somebody that's dangerous, and he'll had 2 losses in a row. So, you know, they'll come somebody like how they did with Regis, you know, a little easy win, you know, beat up on somebody, and to make it seem like, you know, he is giant, this and that, and then they'll probably go for a bigger fight. What I would recommend is you still young, so go for one of them big fights. One of the ones that like you gotta end so you can prove yourself. So you can really show like, no, I'm him. That was some bullshit that happened. Okay. You know, I would recommend at 140, you know, go for, you know, Josh Taylor. You can go for Tio.
Yeah,
I think Devin beat Tio.
Oh, I don't know. Well, you gotta, I don't know. I'll call that even.
I got Devin beating Tio. But you gotta be ready to take a fight like that. You know what I mean? That's a big fight. That's a fight that I will watch. You know?
No, I understand.
I think like I don't think he's gonna do nothing like that. I think they want to get a couple wins back under their belt, easy wins, and then go after, you know, something like that. But man, I ain't gonna lie, that Ryan fight, man, he looked bad, bro.
Yeah, it was bad. It was a horrible fight.
And the thing about that fight is, you know, yeah, they say he was on drugs, but the same as Tank said, I said it before I heard Tank say it, I didn't see Ryan do nothing crazy. Like, that was just like, oh, that nigga look good. You know what I mean? Like, pause, like, damn, he looked like, what the fuck? I ain't know Ryan had that in his bag. Like, you know, all Ryan was doing was coming with the left hook. Boom. Come with the left hook. Boom. He wasn't even blocking it.
Understand.
Did you see something like spectacularly different from Ryan?
Nah, he didn't do nothing too crazy.
At one point, all you saw was him throwing left hook, left hook, left hook. You like, God damn, like, do you not see this shit coming?
Yeah. It was bad. I like yeah. I got one more question. I got. It's gonna hurt a couple people. People might not like. I don't think. You're in Shakur Stevenson's camp. Talking about what do you do now going forward? Obviously, I think he signed back with Top Rank. I don't know if he did. But going forward, after that performance, saying that the guy didn't stay in front of him, saying what he's staying, it's not picking off Shakur Stevenson. I like him. He's from, you know, from the East Coast, Jersey, you know, whatever. I respect everything you do. Get out the mud. But you're his management team, promoter, whatever. You're in his camp. What do you do next to put him? Put all these 2 bad performances behind him, or make that.
Let's not get it twisted. Hold on, I'm gonna stop this. Let's not get that twisted. His last performance wasn't bad.
Okay.
He did not look bad. The only part about that performance that I didn't like was he kept going to the corner. I'm about to knock him out. I'm about to knock him out. His coach is telling him what to do. Then he gets back out there. He's not letting his hands go. But then he goes back to his corner and says, he's running. But I'm watching and he's not running. He's right there in front of you. Don't say you're going to knock him out. You know, just fight him. Do what your coach. I like people that listen to their coaches. I hate seeing fucking fighters arguing with their coaches. You know what I mean? Like, listen to your coach. Like, you know, he there for a reason. Every round he went back to his corner, he was arguing with his coach. So, and he didn't listen. And even after the fight, Andre Ward and Terrence Crawford was telling him, like, yo, you didn't let your hands go. I was letting him go. He was just, they like, nah, bro, you gotta let your hands go. Like, whoop, whoop. So I feel like his last performance, he looked good. He didn't look like he was one of them ones, but he looked good. And the dude he fought, that was anyway. But yeah. So I feel like if I'm his management, his team, I wouldn't sign with no one. I think he should go independent. I think that to prove that he's one of the ones, if he's confident, he has to take the low end of the deal. Meaning, to fight Haney, you're gonna have to take that low pay cut, or to fight Tank, you're gonna have to take that low pay cut to get that notoriety. Nobody's gonna pay to come. Nobody really wants to, you know, watch you. So you have to. It's like his stock kind of goes down. You gotta take that cut. Whether they offer you, I get 10 million, you get $1 million, 2 million. Fuck it. Like Haney did with Cambosis. I take it. Two fights in your hometown. I take it. I don't really get that much. I take it because I know I'm gonna beat you.
Understand.
Like Frank Martin, look at Frank Martin. People saying Frank Martin name. I think this person should fight Frank Martin name. Oh, I think Shakur should fight Frank Martin name. Keyshawn should go ahead and fight. Frank Martin got a name now. Because he took you get what I'm saying? So
yeah, he took that fight.
Yeah. You gotta sometimes you gotta bet on yourself. It ain't always about money, man.
I understand.
I mean it's about money in the long run, but you gotta get yourself there first. Shakur got his name from, yeah, he's a good boxer, but he gets his name from other people speaking on how he's a good boxer. If you notice that, if you really pay attention and you notice that all the other boxers, Shakur, I think Shakur's the best one out of them. I think Shakur's the best one. That's not, but when he gets in the ring, it's not really proving it. We're not seeing what they say they see. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he has to he got to take that the low end of the stick to fight Tank. Whatever they offer him, take it. Ryan did it. Whatever y'all got, I'll take it. Go ahead. All right, you want that? I'll take it. Pause. So yeah, man.
What about the UFC, man?
Yeah, we got a good night tonight. Actually, UFC 305 or 306 tonight. Leon versus Bilal Muhammad. We got Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades. We got Patty versus Bobby Green. It's over here in it's not over here. It's in Manchester, England. A good card. It's gonna be interesting. Certain things are gonna play into this dynamic because they're in England, and England is on European, time or whatever. So it's like 7:00 p.m. over there right now, maybe. Right. So, but they're going to be fighting on U.S. time, which is 10 p.m. U.S. time. So they're not going to fight until 5, 6 in the morning in England. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic to see, them fighting at 5, 6 in the morning. For the main event, I'm going for Leon. I think it's going to be a real technical fight. Very technical. I don't predict a knockout. Maybe a submission or I see a decision, but it's going to be very technical. The co-main event, I see a knockout. Somebody going to sleep. It's a heavyweight fight. Tom Aspinall is the interim heavyweight champion. So yeah, I see a knockout. It could go either way. Bobby Green versus Patty. I got Bobby Green. It's a good card tonight, man. I'm looking forward to it. I might stay up and watch it, man.
Okay, so we'll keep us updated, and then we'll sit there, do another vid, and you give us your overall thoughts and opinion about the whole card. If you do the DraftKings thing, if you did it, who you picked?
Man, I ain't do it, man. We over here, man. I can't do it from over here.
Oh yeah, you can't do it. Well, write the winners down. You think gonna win, gonna lose? We'll go through that. Like I said, the UFC, I don't know too much about it, so we'll tap in probably tomorrow. Yeah,
man, you gotta watch some videos, man.
I watched some of the videos. I see where people like scared of John Jones. I was like, yeah, the other dude, who's a good interviewer? Shout out to that, man. I like the way that Daniel Cormier, DC interviews and does people. No homo, like how the way he interviews and protects it, how he talks about it, and how he goes about his way. I like his interviews, man. He's pretty good. That man's an interviewer. I don't know.
The thing with Daniel Cormier is people like disrespect him or whatnot. John Jones is my favorite fighter of all time. Don't get it twisted. If you take John Jones out of the picture, Daniel Cormier is the greatest light heavyweight of all time. Then he goes up to heavyweight and wins the championship. If you take Stipe Miocic out of the picture, he could be considered the greatest heavyweight of all time. Which means you're the greatest heavyweight and greatest you're the second greatest heavyweight and second greatest light heavyweight. Like that's pretty major, man. People don't really. A lot of people they be disrespecting DC, man, but DC was like that. Like he was really.
I like him as a person. He has great personality, great stuff. Hey, if he ever runs into this video, man, shout out to him, man. But I watch all his interviews, interviews the fighters, how he talks about the fights. I like his stuff, man. He's very, very like into like he knows like how you be breaking down the game. He breaks down the game too. I'm like, yo, he be doing that bro. Like he breaks down the game, he talks about it.
Yeah, man. DC was like that, man. For sure. Yeah, DC was that guy.
I like his commentary, man. But like I said, you say, so who you got winning? Say your last bit of who you think is winning. So then tomorrow, because it's gonna post up right now. Then tomorrow you be like, oh, this is what I said. This was going. So who you got winning tonight? Final thought.
Tonight I got Leon Edwards by decision.
Mm-hmm.
For the heavyweight, man, I'm gonna go Tom Aspinall by knockout. The co-main, I'm gonna go Bobby Green.
Okay.
I forgot the other ones on the main card. Don't give me the line. I forgot the name.
So
we also got the UFC Spear coming up. You got Sean O'Malley versus Marab. You got who else was it? They just announced it yesterday. Sean O'Malley versus Marab. You got Grasso versus Shenshetsky. I forgot how to say her name. You got Lopez versus Ortega. It's a pretty decent card. I wish they would add some more to it, but it's a pretty decent card.
Okay. Another thing, shout out to him too, Sean O'Malley's YouTube. Man, he be doing when he was knocking on people's doors, giving them money, showing the world another side. Even though he said crazy stuff like, yeah, I could cheat on my wife, I make the money. Even though I think he was playing or whatever, like he gets put in the limelight for the bad. And then like nobody shows that side. Like even the Dave Cormier stuff, like they show how John Jones beat him and he was crying. But I was like, but y'all see the interviews of how he depressed people, how he was talking about the people from Dagestan. And he's like, man, remember I went to Dagestan and I'm chilling, da-da-da. He taught one of the guys how to jab or something. I don't know if he was playing, but he has a lot of personality. And I've been looking at some of the UFC stuff, man. Like I said, but my personal thought, John Jones, that man he crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
So, bro,
yeah.
He knows the game for his psyche. Like he been through some stuff, and you can tell because he's like, yeah, I'm gonna. He be saying some stuff, and I look at it, you can see in his eyes like he's not playing, and I just like, oh, what the? But Sean O'Malley, like I said, great guy.
Hey man, did you catch the Nate Diaz and Masvidal boxing match?
Yeah, I seen it, and I was just like, huh? I see that.
Did you watch it?
I see highlights. I can't watch. My phone is chopped. I get a new phone next week.
Hey man, when I say them niggas was hooking, them boys was hooking.
And then the hands go. I see highlights of that. I see the Jake.
It should have been a draw. It should have been a draw. And I'm not too big on draws, but it should have been a draw for sure.
I see the Jake Paul fight. Highlights of the Jake Paul situation. I
don't care about that. You know who Jake Paul should fight next?
Who?
Andre Ward.
Hell no.
Bring Andre Ward out of retirement.
You saw that clip with him and Terrence Crawford.
That was.
Saw that clip with him and Terrence Crawford. It was like,
You don't think that'd be a good fight?
Leave Andre Ward where he's at, man. He said, why can't I retire and still have a piece of mind and a piece of motion for myself? I think he did the right thing, 34-0, 35-0, if I'm correct. I think
you think he'll be good if he came back and fought Jake Paul?
But exhibition fights, I think he can. I think he still spars. It's for the love of the game, bro. You love the game. You love combat sports, so you stay sharp. You stay looking at your stats. It's the same with him. For the love of the game, he stays sparring. He stayed doing what he had to do. But I feel like to get in there and that switch, like you said, that switch to get into the mode of a real fight. Nah, I don't want it. I I like Andre Ward. Love Andre Ward to death. I think he did something.
Just a little, you know, a little. He said, hey man, close to 100 million, he'll do it.
Nah, I know people always say stuff like that, man. I don't think he should fight. I think even if Jake Paul wants to go pro, even though what he's doing is great, I don't know, but I think he should start looking at prospect fights. And if he wanted to do that, go to those prospect fights. But like I said, Brody, it is what it is. We here for it. It's a lot going on. So final thoughts about it, man. We sit there, we linked up. It's been a while. It's been a while, man. But it's your boy Just Vaughn here, my man Jordan.
Season 2.
And I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. We uploading this right now, right now.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, Brody.